Hello and welcome to Football Friday Night, sponsored by Bojangles. I'm Nate Wimberly. He's Cam Gaskins. We kick off the 43rd season with a bang.
Not just a bang, perhaps the biggest week one we've ever seen with some outstanding matchups. The Football Friday Night Game of the Week, sponsored by Bojangles, is Mooresville at Weddington. You see the helmets back there. But you also have Hickory at South Pointe Belmont, Roman Catholic at Providence Day, and Rollsville at Mallard Creek, just to name a few.
Yeah, but we start with the Keep Pounding Classic at Bank of America Stadium. In the nightcap, it was Grimsley versus West Charlotte. And in the first game, it was Hough versus South Pointe Rock Hill, the #1 team in 4A in South Carolina, the South Pointe Stallions, versus the #3 team in 7A in North Carolina, the Hough Huskies. Huskies would strike first. Ethan Royal to his favorite target, Tyron Evans, and Evans is going to spin his way for 17 yards. Royal would cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown as his O-line picked him up and took him in. A 7-0 Hough, and those would be the only points in the first half. Hough in total control until this turnover in the third quarter. South Pointe recovers and takes the momentum. Jazavion Currents in at quarterback, and he lofts this one up to Dylan Duncan, Stallions in the red zone. And it's the South Carolina commit Currents who takes it in for the touchdown from 14 yards out. The Husky was a player hater right there as he walked in front of my shot. A game tied at 7 until the fourth. Currents to Duncan to Malik Ratliff. Ooh. Ratliff in the right place at the right time. That set up a short touchdown, a short field goal from Lawson Miller. South Pointe up 3 with 4 minutes to go. But Hough did not panic as they finally got their offense back going, got going back again. And it's Royal to Evans for another big play down to the 1-yard line. Going to hear that combination all year, folks. And Royal will score the game-winning touchdown with 2 minutes to go. Hough 14, South Pointe team 10. After the game, Hough head coach Deshaun Baker proclaimed that they are the kings of the Queen City. Shots fired, folks. In the nightcap,